See the NCERT, third line. Here a question. What makes things visible? Or a simplest way, how you can able to see the things. Sun and stars, they all are luminous bodies. They're having their own light. So we can see the light because light is coming from them. But just like other things, like a table, planet, subplanet, or yourself, or anything in your room which they don't have their own light. If you recall, I already discussed this concept in class 9th in the sound chapter in the concept reflection. How you can able to see things. To see anything, the light has to come from that thing. So here the non-luminous objects, they don't have light, but what they do, they reflects light that falls on it. An object reflects light that falls on it. You keep your book in your room and close all the doors. Make sure that light should not enter inside the room. So your eyes cannot able to find your book because light is not coming from the book. But once you open your window or switch on your light, the light will fall on the book, and from the book the light will reflect and it reaches to your eye. This concept only reflection. So that's why you are able to see the objects which they don't have light but they reflect. See the NCERT, underline this term very carefully. An object reflects light that falls on it. This reflected light, when received by our eyes, enables us to see things. This is very important. Try to remember this. Now here there is a definition for transparent medium. We are able to see through transparent medium as light is transmitted through it. So when the light is going through the transparent medium, then only we can see the things through that. But if the light is not going through them, like opaque materials, we cannot see the things through them. That's why transparent materials, they don't form shadows, but opaque materials form shadows. That is the one major difference between the transparent and opaque. Now in this chapter we will study the phenomena of reflection. Let's see the concept number 10.1, reflection of light. We just learned what is reflection. Let's see the picture at here. This man holding a mirror showing towards to the sun. The mirror is reflecting light. The light is falling from sun on the mirror, reflecting on the wall. This process known as reflection of light. A very highly polished or smooth surface such as mirror reflects most of light falls on it. That's why here the bright light is falling on the wall. Coming to the one small note, whenever you see mirror diagram in textbooks, so they used to draw like this. One side just like shaded region will be there, and one side reflective surface. It means in a mirror we are having the two faces, front side and back side. Back side usually mirror is painted, so that side we are calling as an opaque side. and front side where we used to see our face, that side known as reflective surface. So this is the important note about the mirror diagram. Just remember this. Suppose if this is mirror, if light is falling with an angle, what this mirror can do? This mirror reflects light which is fallen on it, just like sound. To this mirror, if I draw a perpendicular, in mathematics known as normal, and the angle made by the incident ray with the normal is known as angle of incidence. Similarly, angle made by reflected ray with the normal known as angle of reflection. This law you already know that. Here some terminology I need it. First, incident ray. Incident ray or incoming ray. The light which falls on the surface is known as incident ray. Another, reflected ray. This is the reflected ray. A ray that bounces off a reflective surface. From this mirror, this ray is bouncing off. This is known as reflected ray. And third, normal, a perpendicular line to mirror surface. If it is a mirror surface, you draw a perpendicular. So this is known as normal. And when light reflects off a surface, the angle of incidence is equal to the angle of reflection. Angle I is equal to angle R. Here it is. Angle of incidence, angle made by the incident ray with the normal. Second one, angle of reflection, angle made by the reflected ray with the normal. So these two angles are equal. These two laws we already learned in the class 9th. And very most important, here this angle is known as incident angle, angle between the incident ray and the normal, and this angle reflected angle, angle made by the reflected ray to the normal. And one more point in the same law, the incident ray and the reflected ray and normal, they all must lie on the same plane. Suppose here this rectangle is a plane on the mirror surface. If we can draw incident ray and the normal and reflected ray, those all three must lie on the same surface. This is the another point in the laws of reflection. The incident ray, the reflected ray and the normal must lie in the same plane. Now observe these figures. So this mountain range showing as a very good reflection on the water. But here you can see this mountain range showing not good reflection in the water. If this is object and this is image in water, here these two are different images. One is known as specular reflection, another one is known as diffusion reflection. What is the reason why they form these two like this? By seeing this pond surface you can understand. So this pond surface looks like very smooth. So whole light is reflecting perfectly. But this pond surface is very rough. So that's why the light is not reflecting perfectly. That can understand at here. If this is the surface, the light rays are falling on the surface, they are reflecting nicely in all particular direction. So this is known as specular reflection. But if you see, this is rough surface, not the smooth surface, very rough. So here light is falling on it, but still it is not reflecting in particular direction. So that's why the image is not formed clear image. This reflection, it's known as diffuse reflection, and above this perfect clear image reflection is known as specular reflection.